I woke up this morning and I, got ready for work and went to work.
Mm-hmm.
And then halfway through, I remembered that we had to record a podcast, which usually I'm pretty stoked about. But then I remembered that we had to watch Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, and I got real bummed.
You hadn't watched that yet until today?
When did you watch it?
I watched it the day it came out, and at one other time.
You've watched it twice now?
Yeah, 2.5.
Oh my gosh, dude. I am not a huge fan of Christmas movies or specials or TV shows,
right?
Or anything like that.
But you loved this one.
No, I didn't like this one at all. In fact, I think we all knew that I would dislike this one.
Yeah.
But this is fine. It's fine. And
how did you watch it?
I watched it on my phone on the train home.
Okay.
It's only 44 minutes.
I think you should try.
No.
Try watching it on your TV. See if you can get your wife in the room with you.
No.
And
first of all, she hates Guardians of the Galaxy.
Really treat it like a holiday special.
Listen. I am not a Grinch. I am not a humbug. I am not a Scrooge. I enjoy the holidays.
Yeah.
But this is how I like the holidays. I like not having to put on hard pants. I like laying around the house. I like drinking Christmas drinks. I like eating cookies. I like having dinners. I love all that.
Wait, what are hard pants?
The jeans.
Okay.
Hard. That's why I call them hard pants.
Okay.
I like Christmas shopping. I like going out and getting gifts for people.
Yeah.
I enjoy wrapping them.
Yeah.
I do not at all enjoy any of the movies. None.
Really?
No, I never liked any holiday movies or TV shows.
You don't like Elf?
No, and here's the deal.
Oh
my family,
goodness.
no, I don't like them, and they do not care. They play them anyway.
As they should.
But they also let me do other things.
Yeah.
So I get to play on the computer, look at the stuff. Like this Christmas will be a lot of Marvel Snap. Just me and Marvel Snap. And that's fine. But, what I do is I get a couple drinks in me, like 4 drinks, and by the time I'm like halfway buzzed, and I can just deal with it. Like, I've seen Home Alone a zillion times. Yeah. I'll watch it again this year. I'll get little trashed. I'll laugh at a couple scenes, and I'll watch some football, and it'll be fine. But to have to watch the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special was a special amount of abuse for me today. It kind of capped a hard day at work, but it's fine. We're just going to get through it. There's some interesting things to talk about as far as the MCU universe and some stuff going on with that.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it was what I thought it was, which is overly sugary, very sanguine, and this, a bunch of stuff that gives you toothaches.
I watched it twice. The first time was on a smaller TV where I was sitting further away from the TV. I didn't super like it then, but then I watched it again at my house on my bigger TV where you're sitting closer to the TV. So the overall picture is so much bigger. And I really liked it. I enjoyed it a lot. It was good.
Okay.
Puts you in the Christmas mood a little bit. You get to see some of your favorite characters from Guardians of the Galaxy you haven't seen for a while.
I'm kind of tired of seeing them.
Well,
they've been around for a long time.
We'll talk more about that later, but yeah.
They've been around for quite a bit. But yeah, I understand what they were trying to do, and I hope that people did enjoy the specials. I hope they keep doing more specials. I like the Halloween special they did with
Werewolf by Night.
Yeah, I like that one a lot, and I hope they do more. I like this 45.
I think the Werewolf by Night is more of a repeat. I'm probably more likely to watch that next year than this Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
Are they seriously thinking that people will watch these every year for the holidays?
I think that's their hope.
Yeah, I guess so. If I had a kid and it was the holidays, I would put this on a holiday. Let's watch this and some other things. But I'm never going to watch this again. So I think
you should watch it with your family.
No. No, maybe I don't know. We'll see. I
Yeah.
doubt it. I don't think they're into it. But it's interesting too when it comes to a budget idea. Like this was not well funded. It was well funded in the sense of it's a special and it has Disney stuff and Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
But you noticed that they didn't CGI Groot. You saw that, right?
Yeah, I was wondering what the deal is with Groot. Was he CGI and it just looks weird, or is that a guy in a suit?
That's a guy in a suit. Now
He's kind of thick looking.
We're going to talk about the trailer later, but this one in this special was a guy in a suit. And you didn't see him often. You saw Groot a couple times, but that's not CGI. It doesn't look. It does. And it
looked pretty good though. It looked pretty good though.
I thought it looked.
I mean, it looks weird, but it looks pretty good.
It looks weird because we've seen Groot as CGI for over 10 years.
He's usually pretty skinny, but he's kind of thick in this.
When did Guardians of the Galaxy come out? Can you look real quick?
Ugh,
the first one.
Jeez.
It had to be 2012, 2013, something like that.
I have no idea. Let's see if I can find that out. James Gunn.
I mean, your computer's right there, right?
James Gunn. 2014.
Yeah. So for 8 years, we've seen Groot CGI'd, and he just looks weird. Not CGI, just looks strange. That has to be budget. I mean, if you look at the whole episode, there was the only CGI stuff we saw was the ship, which we saw for maybe a total of 10 seconds. And then that's it. Everything else was like real, which I liked. I like practical, what is it called? Practical effects. I like that kind of stuff. But it was just a set piece. They didn't do any CGI stuff really.
Well, there was them like jumping as they're chasing Kevin Bacon. That's
wire work. That's not CGI, right? Yeah, that's wire work. So that doesn't cost them anything. You put people on wires and move them around. That's cheap.
So. Maybe.
Yeah, that was.
What about Mantis leaping through Kevin Bacon's house? That was pretty cool.
But I don't think it was CGI. I think it was just like if you looked, it was the movement was just kind of sped up, but it wasn't CGI. It was just kind of effects. Like they.
I'm not sure she can move like that. I mean, maybe she does lots of yoga. I don't know.
In the canon of in the canon,
I mean, like a human being, palm clementif. I don't know if she can move like that.
You can. If you look at that scene, which I thought was interesting, was kind of scary. Mm-hmm. They do a thing where it's like they move some frames out of it to make it look kind of jarring.
Yeah.
So she looks like she's skipping a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what it's called.
Well, she's supposed to be like a mantis or a grasshopper or something.
Yeah, it's like spiral walk. Where if you've seen horror movies and you saw people do spiral walks and stuff like that. That's
I don't know what that is.
You ever seen The Exorcist?
Not completely.
Oh, okay. It's like it's hard to explain. It's like it's when like in a horror movie they do this a lot where someone's walking down a hallway and it's dark, but it's like they look like they don't look like they're normal. All they do is take some frames out,
right? Just to make it
clip. So that's what they did with Mantis. But this does not have much CGI, which means that they didn't have a lot to spend on it. And like
also the scene where they're in the balcony in Knowhere. You can kind of tell that they're not really in a real place there.
No, not at all.
Yeah, it looked a little off.
Yeah, it was a set, but see, like when they're making these shows, they have the sets, but then they have the CGI stuff to enhance the set. But if you looked at this, you could just tell after seeing like dozens of Marvel movies over the years that this did not have those CGI enhancements. It just didn't. Mm-hmm. So it just looked odd. Which is fine. They probably filmed this when they actually filmed the original, the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. So they were just kind of doing this and other stuff.
Yeah, probably.
But it is what it is. It's okay. But so you liked it?
I liked it. Yeah.
Okay.
I did not. What grade are you going to give it?
Do I grade things now?
You grade things. You're a professor.
I do?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd give this a solid D.
A D?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That's not. Okay, I'll give you a couple different reasons. One, the jokes just didn't hit. Like, I understand, like, they were trying to hit these jokes, but they just weren't all that funny. And I was trying to figure out why. Like, Drax, his jokes.
I definitely laughed at a few of his
I laughed at a couple
jokes,
of them.
Yeah.
But something about, who's Drax's who plays Drax? What's his
Dave
name?
Bautista.
Yeah, him and her, the person who plays Mantis. You already said her name.
Yeah.
They have chemistry. We've seen it in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and other stuff.
Yeah.
This, for some reason, I thought they would be able to carry this by themselves, and I think they kind of struggled a little bit. Like, it just wasn't. I mean, I thought the bar scene when they were getting trashed was kind of funny.
That was pretty good. I liked it when they were coming down on the ship, and Mantis is talking to him about, "Hey, you put the cloak on, right?"
Yeah, that was funny.
And then she goes, "I should have brought Groot." And then Drax has a real funny look on his face. I laughed at that.
That was funny, but something was off. Maybe they were trying to keep the jokes PG-ish. Maybe they were. I felt like they were kind of restrained. It just wasn't as funny as it usually was. There was a scene. That's a relatively funny scene where Drax is walking and the cops are there because they're trying to kidnap Kevin Bacon.
Yeah,
which I'll get to in a second. And the cop's like, "Hey," and the cop says a weird line. The cop says, "Hey, I'm a police officer. Stop or I'll shoot." And I'm like, okay, I never, what?
Yeah, they don't really say that. They just shoot.
No. And so they started shooting him, which I thought was pretty violent. And he started saying, "Ow, that tickles."
Right, yeah.
Which I thought was fine.
Pee his pants. Then, I like that.
Yeah, but then Mantis starts beating up on cops. So I was like, if you show this to a kid, are you like, are we advocating beating up on police officers? It was kind of a strange thing. Like, they were holding back these jokes, I think, because they wanted to appeal to kids. But then they showed cops getting beat up, which I'm like, is that something you want to do?
Mantis was going easy on those cops.
Yeah, I suppose.
She just put them to sleep for the most part.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess. But even the main plot, the idea that they are going to Earth to kidnap Kevin Bacon, just seemed like it could have been a little bit better. And that scene where they're on the ship taking Kevin Bacon back to space or whatever, and like they say, "Oh, we can't. He's an actor. You can't." That whole thing was bad. That wasn't funny at all. It was actually awkward.
I liked it.
And like, it was cringy. Maybe I have a very low cringe threshold.
Yeah.
Which I just don't like things to be awkward. But it just didn't feel like, it just didn't seem. It kind of felt like Disney said, "Hey, we want a Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special," and James Gunn was like, "Hey guys, for the next 8 hours, we're going to film this stupid thing. We got Kevin Bacon. He's going to show up in a little while. We're going to film this out. It's going to take us like 2 days. We're done. And we're going to go back to something else." It just didn't feel like it was completely fleshed out to me. I know.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm wondering if they did do this when they were doing Volume 3 or not, because
they had to. They had to.
Karen Gillan got an easy paycheck for this show.
They had to.
Nebula's barely in this at all. She's like in it for a little bit at the beginning, and they're like, "Well, we got some work to do."
Yeah. And I mean, the movie's done. It comes out in May.
Yeah.
It's going to take them, it's probably all post at this point. So they're just all doing the CGI stuff from here on out. So it's like, yeah, let's just film this thing, get done, and we're out of here.
I don't know if she lives here now, but she's from England. So if she still lives there, that was quite a flight for not much work.
Yeah, no, they filmed all this stuff together with the actual movie, which is fine. I don't mind that. But if they're going to do it right. And I kind of feel like this wasn't done 100%. Anyway, give me your thoughts.
Chris Pratt definitely seemed like he was phoning it in a little bit.
Chris Pratt
at the beginning, especially.
Yeah, he definitely looks like he's filling it in. I'm not looking forward to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 if he's doing this the whole time.
Yeah.
Anyway, your thoughts?
I give it a C. It's
why'd
good.
Why'd you give me grief about giving it a D when you gave it a C? That's basically the same thing.
I mean, mine's passing.
Yeah,
right.
But if I give someone a 68,
you're telling James Gunn he needs to redo this because it's not good enough.
Oh, in college we don't do that, son. You get a D and that's yours. Congratulations, you have a D, and there is no redoing.
But if you get a D for the class, you gotta retake that class probably.
No, it's passing, but you can't transfer anywhere.
No, okay.
I can get all into the weeds about grading. That's all I do, right? But if I give something a 68 and you give something a 72, a 68 is a D, a 72 is a C.
We aren't using numbers here. Man.
That's only 4 points difference. So you're basically agreeing with me, right?
It's enjoyable. I enjoyed it. Give it a
I don't
C.
understand. Well, give me three things about that. Give me three things that were enjoyable.
Some of the jokes were funny. I laughed a few times during it.
Okay.
It helps get you into the Christmas mood. We all need help with that sometimes.
I don't. Like, who needs help getting in the Christmas mood? As soon as we get ready to go on vacation, we're on Christmas vacation. I'm good. Give me some eggnog. I don't even drink it, but just give it to me. Let me look at the Christmas tree. I'm sitting down. It's great.
People that are parents sometimes need help getting into the Christmas mood. Yeah.
Why's that?
I don't know. You got more to do.
What do you got to do?
You've got to try to make Christmas great for kids.
Do you feel that pressure every year?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that pressure at all.
Yeah, I know. It's there. It's there.
That might be, yeah. So, yeah, if I was a parent and I needed to try to get the holiday spirit, yeah, I guess I will show these shows and loops. Okay.
Yeah. Gotta watch it. Watch it. It was fun. It was enjoyable. Song at the beginning was kind of good. I was impressed with it.
This song, I can see the song being something that people play or talk about or quote. I see the song being kind of fun. That song was fun. But even that scene where Chris Pratt is talking to the guy, the guitar.
I mean, I'm not adding this song to my Christmas playlist.
No, but you are right. I think Chris Pratt is done with this. He's like, I'm over this. I got contract. I have to do this.
Did you hear him in the Mario trailer? He's kind of, I don't know. He's not really trying with that Mario voice either.
I don't know, but he still gets work, so we can complain.
Yeah.
You got show notes. Let's go through these.
I do. And then here we find out that the Guardians, they bought Knowhere from the Collector. So they own Knowhere now.
Yep, that is kind of from the comics. In the Guardians of the Galaxy volume, maybe 5. I'm not sure which volume it is. The Guardians of the Galaxy in the comics have a rich story history. I suggest you guys buy some trades. But there's one particular trade where the trade paperback, where the Guardians of the Galaxy, led by Quill, Starlord, he decides that he's going to create a superhero team that goes out and try to find threats before they happen. So the whole idea is we need to guard the galaxy from incoming threats. And so he creates a team, and the team had Mantis in it. It had Gamora, Drax, and a few others. And they use Knowhere as a base of operations. They don't buy it from the Collector, but they do use it. And I do think it's interesting that in the future movie coming up, Knowhere is going to be a place where they kind of have a hub. They kind of stay. So that gives me some interesting hope for the next movie. And I'll get to that soon.
Yeah, I mean, in this one, Nebula and Kraglin, they're too busy trying to fix up Knowhere and make it a good place for them to hang out
in the comics,
with Mantis and Drax.
Yeah, in the comics, it was considered like a safe haven. Like people would just aliens and other groups of extra people just show up and hang out there, and it was open to all. Mm-hmm. They did have some governing bodies and stuff like that, but for the most part, people just kind of stayed there as like a safe haven. So I'm curious to see how far they go with that in the movie.
Right, they definitely have a lot of different alien races there.
Which is cool.
Because when the guy was singing the song, he talked about the elves being subjugated by Santa Claus. There's some blue alien character in the crowd that has they really reacted to that sentence. I don't know what to do. I don't know why it was weird that they broke away to that character just for that. I felt like maybe there was more that got cut there. I don't know. But anyway.
Yeah, probably. I mean, that's it. It's an alien race. There's probably lots of alien races that been subjugated or enslaved and stuff like that. Right. So, I mean, these are guys. You should think of Knowhere as a home for refugees, basically.
Yeah. Good point. Cosmo shows up in here.
Pretty cool.
Cosmo's a dog. Oh, hey, Knowhere for listeners. If you don't know what Knowhere is, it's the head of a celestial.
Yeah, there you go. Good job, Mike.
And so if you remember it from the movie Eternals, there's a celestial who is now turned to stone and is in an ocean somewhere on planet Earth. Well, this is another celestial that's in space, and it's just his head. Mm-hmm. So that's the scale of things.
Yeah, pretty cool. It gets destroyed in the comics at some point, so be prepared for that in the movie. I kind of feel like it will be at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next up, what's your next one? Cosmo.
Cosmo. Yeah.
So the origin story of Cosmo is
we saw Cosmo in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I think maybe Volume 2, but I don't remember.
Post-credit scenes, right? Or no, with the Collector. Yeah, with the Collector. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, Cosmo in the Marvel lore, the Russians sent Cosmo into space, and then like Cosmo kind of something happens. We don't know what, but then Cosmo landed in Knowhere, and in the comics, Cosmo is a constable, a head of security there. In the comics, Cosmo has
so they do have some kind of a society there.
Yeah. Okay, they have a pretty complicated society. So Cosmo in the comics has a male voice. I think they never really said if it's a male or female. But I like the voice they use. Yeah, it was just But I like the voice they use for Cosmo. I think it's pretty funny.
Cosmo does have slight Russian accent.
Yeah, Cosmo has telekinesis and telepathic powers. I would like to see a lot more of Cosmo in the movie. I hope they really use that character.
That'd be kind of cool, yeah.
But they're going to use it as a joke, and like in the comics, Cosmo is the head of security. He's serious. He does a lot to try to guard these people's lives, and so I mean, it is a dog in a Russian spacesuit, so I understand you can't take it too seriously. But I mean, they're going to Disney-fy Cosmo up. You're going to see this you're going to see some toys and stuff. There's nothing we can do about that.
That'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah, okay.
I'm down for that.
I guess so.
I'm down for that.
Disney when it comes to the Guardians of the Galaxy, Disney definitely is okay with Disney-fying it.
We talked about this a little bit. Groot is thick in this.
Yeah, man, that's the CGI suit. I don't.
It might be a man in a suit with like some slight CGI After Effects done to it, maybe.
Okay, so if you watch, we're going to talk about the trailer that just dropped for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 in a little bit.
Yeah.
But if you watch the trailer, it is definitely a person in a Groot. If you remember She-Hulk, they had someone that was like a tall person in a green like skin that's used as like a base, and then like a real person, and then they CGI'd that person up.
Yeah,
and it's apparently that might be a new thing they're trying to do is puppeteer that person. So they have a person in a Groot suit, and then they CGI around it. I don't know how. I don't know.
In the movie trailer, he looks kind of similar to what we see in this holiday special.
Yeah, he does, but he doesn't look anything like the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 version of Groot.
Right, who's super tall and skinny. Yeah.
That version looked awesome. Right. And
you know who played that version on set, right?
Vin Diesel, yeah.
Well, no, Vin Diesel did the voice, but on set, Sean Gunn, James Gunn's brother, played Groot. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I'm not going to say that Disney is trying to save money. I think they try to save money with this holiday special. That's apparent.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why they're putting people in CGI suits right now. But maybe they have a new technology.
Maybe it's better.
Maybe it's better. I think with She-Hulk, it was hit or miss with She-Hulk.
I mean, Groot's definitely gone through various incarnations, right? We've seen...
Yeah, we'll have to just wait. I don't know.
Original Groot, then we saw Baby Groot, then we saw Teenager Groot.
There was a reason why we didn't see much Groot in this special was because it costs money to do CGI, and they don't want to spend the money on that.
And now we got young adult Groot.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see in 6 months. What's next?
Did you know that Mantis is Peter Quill's sister?
If my eyes could roll back in my head any deeper, they would get stuck, and then I would just like look into my skull all the time.
I mean, it makes sense. Right?
No. It doesn't make any
Following sense. From Volume 2, it kind of makes sense.
There are two. This is a problem that's going to start making things dumb. You have the MCU lore, and you have the Marvel 616 Marvel Comics lore. Then the Marvel Comics, Mantis and Quill were not brothers and sisters at all. Quill was not the son of Ego. That's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. It has nothing to do with the comics. Now, when I say it's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard, I am aware, listeners, that I'm talking about something that was made up. So, okay, I get that. But the comics made up lore is much more interesting than the MCU made up lore, which is just getting kind of convoluted. It's starting to get like here's my analogy of this. Mike, do you and your wife make your bed every morning?
No.
Okay. So, but the first time when you change the sheets and you have a fresh bed, it's awesome, right?
Yeah, whenever we make the bed, it's awesome.
Okay, but when you wash your sheets and change your sheets and put the blankets on, it's all fresh, made up. It's awesome, right?
Jay, I don't even have to. Man, we use a duvet cover, right? And we had to wash it. So I was forced to sleep in a bed with a comforter and a top cover, a top sheet. I hate that. I hate it with every fiber of my being. And so then we finally got our duvet back. No more top sheet. No more top sheet. Just the fitted sheet and a duvet.
Got it.
Oh, so heaven. It's heaven. It's heaven.
Okay. Got me. All right. But you know what happens if you don't make up your bed enough? Like over a couple of days, what happens? Hang on to this metaphor.
It gets all like crumpled up. I don't know.
Yeah. And then like if your wife's on one side and you're on another, then like she gets more blanket than you. You go to bed and like you can't get enough sheet over you. You can't get the blanket on your side. Yeah, everything's just messed up.
I mean, it's never a multi-day situation with us, but I get your metaphor.
And at some point, you have to make the bed again because you need to get that situation under control, right?
Okay.
Right now, in the MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe, that bed is tangled up. There is a mess, and it's getting messier and messier and messier.
You think Mantis and Peter Quill being half brother and sister is a huge mess?
It's a huge, huge, unnecessary mess. I do not know why they even thought of doing it. It's like I'm going to make this even messier, and it's fine because at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. A, we're never going to see these characters again, or B, they're all going to get killed in the movie. So we don't know. All these actors' contracts.
Well, you and I both agree that Volume 2 was like one of the weaker movies out of the MCU.
Yeah, and like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 is the best one they've made. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 will probably be super bad. I think James Gunn is done with it.
Come on.
He phoned that sucker in.
No, he's gonna put everything he can into it.
No, he's not, because he's already looking at DC. He's already thinking, I'm the head of DC. Why am I even worried about this? Like, it's not.
I think he wants to do his best work. I think he wants to do his best work.
That's fine. I don't think it's going to be his best work. I think it's going to be a disaster. And like, I just don't get.
I hope that Volume 3 is up to the level of quality that Volume 1 was. Volume 1 was great.
I did too.
I loved it.
I'm super hopeful of that because I have to go see it. I don't want to see a bad movie, right? But I'm just saying, making Mantis and Quill brothers and sisters is just a weird thing to do, and I just don't. It is what it is, but it's unnecessary. It didn't need to happen. It's fine.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I think it kind of makes sense.
It makes sense
with the bad.
Make sense.
With the bad stuff that happened in Volume 2 that doesn't really make sense. It makes sense.
None of it. Yeah, it's just like Volume 2, a movie that wasn't that great. Let's make it worse. Let's bring more lore out.
So where does Mantis come from in the comics?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I'll have to post the show notes. Okay. But she's not related to Quill.
Okay.
I think so. I don't know. What's wrong about that? I'm going to look it up real quick. Hang on.
Yeah.
Mantis.
While you're doing that, do you know anything about the new ship they have in here?
It's a new ship.
That's not the what's the other one called? It's named after an actress. The Milano.
No. No. Okay, yeah, I'm looking at this right now. Did you know that Mantis is actually a human? She's Vietnamese.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think the actress is half Vietnamese.
Yep. And she has no relation to Quill at all. None.
So she's a human that has she's a mutant?
I think so. I can go into more detail, but I'm just looking at some of these old pictures from the 70s.
So she's not an alien, is what you're telling me.
No, and some of these pictures, the art assets from the 70s are super racist. So, yeah. No, I mean, just the idea that she's Mantis.
He's Vietnamese and she's man. Yeah, I got you.
So maybe the MCU version is better.
Yeah, I think so.
So the ship's just a ship. There's nothing really new about it. It's interesting how
it's not like you didn't jump up out of your seat and do the
no.
What's his name? Who's the guy? You see all the gifs where he jumps out of a seat and points his arm out. No. It's
Rocket?
No, it's Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh no.
You know what I'm talking about? The meme?
That meme, yeah.
Yeah,
meme
where he jumps out of a seat and points. That wasn't me. That wasn't you when you saw the new ship? Okay. So.
I just saw a ship. It's nothing big about that. It's just a spaceship. But I do think it's interesting how they're moving away from the ship that you saw in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 and 2.
The Milano.
Those ships were from the comics. They're kind of iconic. And they're kind of gone. It's like, okay.
Alyssa Milano.
What else you got? What?
Alyssa Milano.
Is that okay?
That's what the ship's named. The ship is named after Alyssa Milano.
Oh, okay. It could be named after worse people.
Yeah.
The most controversial thing in this special was that Rocket got the Winter Soldier's vibranium arm from Nebula for Christmas.
Now, I know this is a callback to a joke from a previous movie, but I don't remember it. Can you refresh my memory?
Avengers Infinity War. They're fighting the Wakanda plane. Rocket and Bucky are shooting space dogs. And Rocket says, hey, how much for that gun? And Bucky says, it's not for sale. And then Rocket says, how much for that arm? And then Winter Soldier just walks off. And then Rocket's like, I'm going to get that arm. And the arm joke is from Volume 1, where he steals people's arms and eyes and stuff.
Right.
He's a thief.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a joke from Volume 1 where he tells Quill to get someone's fake leg because he needs to break out of jail.
Yep.
And he does it. And then Rocket's like, I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty long joke. It's got a pretty good payoff. But here's the problem. And I need to say this. This is going to be hard to say.
Okay.
Everybody who listens to this knows that I teach creative writing. And in creative writing classes, the first thing I try to get my students to understand is that it's all not real. Your characters that you create aren't real. The plot elements aren't real. Magic in your story isn't real. The dragon you have in your story isn't real. It's all made up.
Right.
It's your job to create a universe where it feels real. And what the MCU has done successfully is create a universe where everything feels pretty real. And so, in reality, there's no such thing as a vibranium arm that Bucky has. But in the MCU universe, there is. And James Gunn has a problem now with continuity because
continuity.
I'm sorry. If Nebula took Bucky's vibranium arm, what's he going to use for a new arm? Right? So and it's all fake.
Where do you think Where do you think she got that arm? How'd Nebula get it?
It's all made up. I don't know. But here's the problem. In the lore, in the MCU's fiction, they have to explain this.
Yeah. Do you think this will be explained in Volume 3?
No.
It might be. It might.
It might be explained in the Thunderbolts movie, which he's going to be in.
Ooh. Okay.
But I don't they're going to have to figure something out. I don't know. But that's why I tell my students a lot. You have to be careful about these plot elements. Don't write yourself into a corner. The Thunderbolts
sometimes doing that fosters creativity.
Yeah, but if I was writing the Thunderbolts script, I would be like, I'm not writing an explanation about Bucky's arm. Yeah. He's going to have that same arm. I'm not going to give him a new arm. Why would you do that? So it's like
maybe it's just on loan. Maybe it's on loan for a little while.
I don't know, and I barely care. I think it was a funny joke.
Okay.
But there are repercussions about that as far as the storytelling and making sure the plot and everything makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, there's already Reddit posts where people try to theory craft to explain it, which I think is like a waste of time. But they are.
Rocket's going to get tired of it, and he'll just give it back.
All right, that's
right. That's how it happens.
If that makes your brain feel better,
what's he going to do with Bucky's arm? It weighs too much. He can't use it.
It's not real. It's not
So
a
he's
real
just going to end up giving it back to Bucky, I think.
The older I get, the less patience I have for this kind of stuff. Like,
It was
I
funny.
can't wait till I turn 50. I'll have zero patience. Like, and we'll probably be doing this podcast.
Yeah, we will.
Oh man.
I think that's it, right? That's it. That's everything.
That's all I got. Final thoughts. It's fine.
See if you can watch it with your family. Report back.
There's no way I'm watching this again. Like, there's other things I want.
I mean, you would rather watch this with your family than Home Alone, right?
I have been begging my wife's family to watch Lord of the Rings with me.
There you go. There you go.
So why would I waste my time to get them to watch this?
This has got Christmas stuff. They're going to be more willing to watch this because it's a Christmas special.
I would rather watch 40 minutes of Lord of the Rings than this.
Yeah, but they wouldn't.
I don't care what they want. They don't even care what I want.
But what do you want to watch? You want to watch Home Alone 3, or do you want to watch this?
I want to sit on the couch with my drink and be ignored. That's what I want to do.
Okay.
I want to sit in my pajamas, wearing my Michigan hoodie, and I'm going.
Are they holiday pajamas?
Yes, they are, actually. They have. I got them last year. They're great. They have like trees and they're green.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
I want to have my new slippers on.
I've got a red and white striped pajama set.
And I want to have a big glass of alcohol.
Big candy.
And I want to have like some kind of baked good. And I want to have my iPhone.
Chex Mix.
Yeah, Chex Mix would be fantastic. I want to have my iPhone with Marvel Snap on it. Mm-hmm. And I want people not to bother me.
I think we need to check in on Marvel Snap. Where are you at? What's your status?
Right now, I'm at level 43.
43.
I like the way you can buy new cards, which is nice. Have you seen that yet?
I haven't bought any new cards, but I did finally buy the starter pack, which gives you a variant of Captain America, some like fake money, and a new profile picture of Captain America.
Yeah, man, I'm buying the season pass every time it comes out. But that's
really?
All I'm going to buy. I'm not going to buy anything else.
I haven't done that yet. I might do that if the next one's something I'm more interested in. I might do that.
The season right now, I'm at 60 on the season pass.
I assume the next one's going to be Ant-Man.
I'm assuming that as well.
Yeah, so I'll be down for that. You know that.
Yeah, I can't wait till they do PvP player.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, playing against our listeners is going to be fun.
Yeah. All right, you ready for some news you can't abuse?
I am ready.
We've already talked a lot about it. The new Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 trailer dropped. Please watch that.
It's on YouTube.
Mike, you watched it, right?
I did watch it.
Yeah. A couple
just before we started recording.
Couple notable things.
Gamora's in it.
Gamora's in it.
Where'd she come from?
I don't know. That's a good question. I think I know. The High Evolutionary is the villain, and he likes to experiment on alien races. That's where Rocket came from. I don't know if that's from the comics, but it's definitely true for the MCU. So what's probably going to happen as a plot thing is like people are going to be kidnapped by the High Evolutionary, and they're going to come and try to stop him. And a fun fact, Mike, in the comics, the High Evolutionary is sort of responsible for Wonder and Patrio, Maximoff, Quicksilver, and Scarlet Witch's powers, kinda. But
so we see this guy, the High
Evolutionary.
He's in the trailer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's he look like?
He's a black dude, and in there's one scene where a little girl is running in a circle.
I don't even remember seeing a black dude in the trailer.
Well, he's in there. He's the only one. I respect Disney for making black men villains. I think that's fine. Yeah, I like that actually. Adam Warlock is in this, which is gonna be great. Adam Warlock's in this. But I don't know.
I didn't see him in the trailer either.
It's kind of fast. You have to
He's
know what you're looking
fast?
for.
Okay.
You have to know what you're looking for.
He's not in all gold.
No, he has like a gold face though.
Okay.
But one thing I think is kind of interesting is in Guardians of the Galaxy in the comics. You might find this interesting, Mike. In the comics, Quill convinces Mantis to use her powers to convince the team to actually become Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, he doesn't continuously use it, but when they first get together, he uses her to get the team formed.
Yeah, just to get the ball rolling.
Right. And people find out, and people get really upset. And so I kind of think, just based off the fact that they're in Knowhere, that could be a plot point in this one. But that's a stretch. That's a real stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
But you should be. But this will be the last Guardians of the Galaxy movie, so you should be prepared for Quill probably to die or something like that. That's it, though.
Or they just go off to like some other galaxy and guard it. Whatever.
Oh, I don't know. Let's talk. We'll talk about the trailer with more depth the closer it doesn't come out till May, so let's wait. Let's wait.
Did you say there was like some more stuff in the trailer we should know about? No,
that was it.
That was it.
Yeah,
just that Gamora's in it and High Evolutionary, and then Adam Warlock.
Which Adam Warlock, who should have been in Avengers: Infinity War and Avengers: Endgame, but was not. Mainly because of James Gunn, probably, but I digress.
Or Kevin Feige.
Oh yeah, it was just yeah. Next, what are we doing next?
The trailer did have a good song in it. All trailers must have a song. The song must be remixed in some sort of way. In this trailer, the song is "In the Meantime" by Space Hog.
I'm kind of over that formula.
Good song though.
I want a different kind of trailer.
That song deserves, the boost in plays it's going to get from this trailer. I
kind of want the next big blockbuster movie not to have a trailer. Just no trailer.
I'm down. I'm down for that.
You don't see anything about the movie till it comes out.
I would like a teaser, and that's it.
Nothing. I don't want to see anything.
I don't know. You probably don't know this, but I think the Monsters, Inc. had a really good teaser, I think.
I don't know that because I've never seen it. Yeah.
What?
Why would I? I don't have any kids.
I didn't have kids either when I saw it.
I don't watch that stuff.
Oh my god. It's Pixar. It's good.
I've seen like one Pixar movie.
It's high art.
I don't even think I've seen one Pixar. I don't think I've seen one.
Ratatouille?
Nope.
WALL-E?
Nope.
Oh my god.
Why?
They are really good movies.
Nah. I'd rather do something else. I'd just rather do something else.
All right,
Tom.
Here, you've got to do this. You have to do this. It's an absolute requirement. Okay.
Okay.
Watch WALL-E at least up until the point that the first animated human character shows up in it. When animated human character shows up in it, you can stop watching. But just watch the very beginning up until the first time you see an animated human character.
I mean, I'm not going to do that.
Do it. It's so good.
One time when Disney Plus first came out, I got it, and I told my wife to sit down, and I put it on Little Mermaid, and she was like, "I don't want to watch this." And like literally 3 seconds after the movie starts, she just sat there and watched the whole thing.
The beginning of WALL-E it's so amazing. It's like I don't know. It's almost like one of the great silent movies or something like that. It's just so well done.
I don't want to lie to you or the listeners and say I will, but if lying makes you feel better, I will say I'll do it.
Okay, thank you. It does make me feel better. But you really should do that.
Not going to do it. What's up next?
We're going to talk about the worst decisions made in the MCU, right?
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Do you have a new one after watching this holiday special?
Yeah, this holiday special.
I was thinking about Mantis and Quill being related.
Oh, there's so many. Like 5 of my worst decisions are from this special.
How many are we going to do? Are we going to do like the 5 worst decisions, the 10 worst?
5. I think we should just stick it to 5.
Yeah,
because we could go pretty.
Right. Yeah, you can go forever.
I think we also should do the best decisions too, just to make it even. So we'll do the worst this episode, then we'll do the best. Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, Mike. Christmas is coming up. Mm-hmm. How can people gift this podcast as a holiday gift?
Such a great question. Hit the share button. Share it right now. Share it with your Secret Santa. Share it with your friends. Share it with your loved ones. Share it with the relatives you're going to be staying with that you don't like. Who else can they share it with?
Share it with your boss.
Mm-hmm.
You good?
Yeah.
Share it with your in-laws, of course. Share with anyone that you think wants to hear two grown men talk about Marvel comic stuff for about an hour.
Right. That's really the target market. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Share it. Follow us. Subscribe to us. Write reviews. Give us ratings. Thumbs up. Stars. Hearts. All that.
And follow us on the multiple different ways to follow us: Mastodon, Instagram, YouTube, Reddit. And if you have to jump into the dumpster of Twitter, jump in there real quick, but jump out. You don't want to stay there too long.
Don't stay there too long. It's bad.
It's a very bad place right now. It's gross.
Yeah.
All right, Mike. I will see you soon. And next time, and I'll see listeners. I will. I guess hear you soon. I guess we can't hear from listeners. That was terrible, but it worked out.
See you next time.
Until next time.